Hey everybody, Klesso here. Welcome back to Grand Arena Championships, Season 11, Week 4, Round 1. So far going into this match, we're undefeated, but my opponent tonight is very, very good. I'll show you the tape here. So he's made top 10 in Kyber before. He's got better lifetime banners than me. I pointed out here the tier 7s, he's got 5 more than me. If you look at the lifetime banners, he had 471 going into the match. I had 458, so that's really impressive that he has more than me. Zeta-wise, I have 5 more than him, and then G13s, I've got 7 more. 6 dot mod, I didn't mark that. 6 dot mods, I've got a lot more, but that can actually be a detriment in. He's in Wolfpack, and I think they like to chill out on 6-dotting mods, because they look at that as energy they could be using to farm more mods and find better speed and more speed mods and whatnot, which is why he has better speeds than I do. I've 6-dotted a lot more mods, he has better speed than me, and all his stuff is modded to the brim. It's great. So very, very, very good. So he attacked, this is my battles from last night. I didn't have time to do a whole video. I did the first couple last night, and then this morning when I got to work, I finished it up before I got everything started at work. And we'll play out and see what happened. So I'm actually, since I recorded this, I haven't watched it myself all the way through. And I actually forgot. We talked back and forth. He's very nice. But I forgot to tell him about my bounty hunter versus his night sisters. That gets pretty crazy, as you will see. Let's take a look at the match. So I'll go down here. I need to expose this wall for gas. I'm going to go in with CLS. Since I got Chupio, I've been using that. And that's nice because Old Ben is on my Jedi Knight Revan, Jedi Knight Luke team to counter Supreme Leader Kylo. So that works out really well. Just go straight after gas in this situation and try to get out 5s as fast as possible. His 5s had a lot of protection with defense mods, so it took a little bit to chew through, even though he didn't have them. I don't know if he had any 6-dotted. Like, it's probably pretty smart, because I tend to 6-dot a lot of mods, especially like on attackers. I do, you know, the square, the triangle, and the cross, you know, to boost their offense and crit damage and all that. So, trying to knock them all down. That was a pretty good scenario, getting them all knocked down before gas stood back up. As you can see, pretty easy win, but only 52 banners. So, it was a little rough. After the fight, I'll show you my defense, because that's one thing I didn't catch in this video, but we'll go and check it out. I'll show you how he, you know, what he beat to get that 1911, and that alone is pretty impressive. That's a good score for the defense I think I set. But he's a very talented player. So here, I had to bring in Shock T because my GMY was too slow, and his B1 was, and his Newt was faster than my GMY. So I bring in Shock T, call Padme to assist to try to get some protection up. Now, right here, I was hoping to start working on B2, and I almost get him right there. And then he dispels everything. I need a little bit more on there. I was really hoping that would take him out. Now here, I don't know whether I want to stun or cleanse, but and get protection up. I just couldn't get it. That, you know, kick right there, I got him down to the red and it just didn't take. So once you get B2 out of here and you get these buffs cleared and you get some protection up, it's smooth sailing. But as long as B2's in there, this is a nasty fight. And you know, usually by now, B2's out of there for me. But I put some good licks on him and he just kept keeping on. I decided to start working on some of that extortion too. You can see my GMY is hurting. Finally, I get him out. And there goes GMY. So now, even though I'm going to pull it out, now my banners stink again. And I got to try to put up 1911. And I know at this point, I'm 99% positive that Ray is in back, based on his history and everything. I thought he might change it up a little bit, but, well, you know, I wasn't sure. But I was fairly confident that at least Ray was going to be back there, and maybe Supreme Leader Kylo too, because he's got, you know, all the counter. He's got great off-meta counters for Ray and Supreme Leader Kylo. So I had to get a little creative, or try to, because he can do everything I can do, but better. So now it's just Newt, and try to get some protection up there, heal up a little bit. Call Padme here, try to get a little bit more on her, but I don't think I got any points out of that 53. So I'm really struggling getting to that back wall, and I got to get some 60s to start getting this thing close to where it's within reach. So now these battles I actually did I did these this morning. I did those first two last night, and it just got late, and my wife wanted to watch some shows on Netflix and everything, so I just figured I'd finish it off today. He already attacked, so I didn't feel like there's much pressure to get it done. So my thought was I can take Ray and Mir, and once again, I dropped a bunch of banners in the front, and Ray Mirs are ugly. You're going to probably win. You know, it's very likely that you're going to win, but the banners are going to stink. Or I could take in a Vader team and try that. And if that works, it's usually great banners. You know, you're probably going to get 59, 60 points. The problem is the way he had his Ray modded, there's no, like, my Vader wasn't going to do anything to it. I wouldn't have landed any dots whatsoever. And even if I did get a few dots on there when I sent the Calling Blade, I don't think it would have crit. So I decided I was just going to bite the bullet and mirror and pray that nothing funky happens here. And hopefully that's my last battle where I drop a ton of banners. But even this didn't feel like, usually I like this team for offense, but I usually have L3 on here, but I didn't have L3 this time. And L3 is way better than Zalbar, I will tell you that. It was pretty smart on his part to put L3 and Zalbar on there. Zalbar actually acts as a pre-taunt because she opens up with Lifeblood, gets herself under 100% health, and he taunts. So it's kind of a nice little thing in there. But I didn't have my L3. I'll show you why after the match when you see my defense. It might have been a little cleaner if I had L3. That's what I prefer to use in mirrors when I don't want to waste a couple other things that I like to use too, to be fair. But so just waiting to come out of the ultimate here. Get a stun. There goes Poe. Now we gotta try working on Finn. Go ahead and whirlwind him. Or do I Lifeblood? Yeah, whirlwind. Can't remember what I did. Now right here, I don't know if that cost me a banner. Or maybe it's coming up here. Because I'm doing Lifeblood, I'm taking my health down, and I don't know if that's necessary at the end here. I probably could have just chilled out and waited for my ultimate instead. Try to heal here. I was hoping that would take her out. It was just one little bit more. I was really hoping that would take her out. Yeah, right here. I don't know if that cost me a banner or not doing that. Because I lost health on myself, on my own Ray. That was the one I was thinking of. So now, I got to figure out, you know, there's 4 teams left. I got to start being efficient. And I decided to take Basti lead in. And I don't have GMY since I used that earlier. I'm going to swap to Luke, stun everybody. And then from there, I'm hoping, you know, they don't take any more turns. And I like the Basti lead for starting with that protection up. It's, you know, that gives you a buffer where if, you know, you get a couple counters or something, they hit you a little bit, you're still above that 100% on protection. Figure take out Sith Trooper first. With him being stunned, I probably could have went after Dooku, but I didn't want to take any chances. I didn't want him coming out of that and doing an AoE. He's modded really well. Try to get some foresight going. That was a nice one shot right there. I wasn't sure if that was going to happen or not. Feeling pretty good about these banners at this point. Now it's just Sith Empire Trooper and he's not hurting nobody. He ain't hurting nobody. So I got my 60. That felt good after dropping so many banners on the 3 previous fights. I'm just trying to think of ways to keep these high banner wins because I got to make up some ground. He was doing better through that phase than that, I believe, by a few banners. So, you know, he put down a lot of teams that strip banners like Night Sisters and Bugs. And that Dooku team would if I wouldn't have had the team I had. So, I was trying to think of ways, you know, how do you beat these teams and get good banners? I contemplated taking my Imperial Troopers against his Night Sisters, and I think it would have worked. I did outspeed them, but that can go south too. So I just didn't want to take any chances, and so I'll do something different against that. And it turns out that was more of a chance than I thought it was. I go in light here. I'm trying to make up a banner. Ideally, you know, get the weapons tech on Vader. Then I put the taunting tech, swap TM, get into Merciless Massacre here. Now, I want to try to get dots on Sunfac. I want to do this on Sunfac, and I was contemplating doing it on Brood Alpha, but I want to Calling Blade Brood Alpha because once he's gone, you cut the head off the snake, it's game over. It's way easier to take out, and I figure Sunfac, since he has the highest health pool, it'd probably be good to do this. You know, get a couple extra debuffs on him, take out Brood Alpha, easy peasy, and then try to take out the attackers. I was hoping that I'd do a little bit more on Spy, but he ended up living. And then I think I throw my Calling Blade here. I think, yeah. So that's 500,000 damage. And that ends up killing Spy. And now it's worked out really well that I had that Fracture available because Sunfac has a way of countering and chipping banners away. So it worked out really well. And I got 61 and made up a banner. So even though I couldn't use my Vader on Rey and I lost a bunch of banners there, I made one back. So now we have these Night Sisters. I've been using Bounty Hunters versus Night Sisters and it tends to go pretty darn well. This match is so sketchy, man. This is super frustrating. So decided to call Mass Attack here. Get all those buffs. I was hoping to get a little bit of damage here. We do. Get 2 kills. Now I just, any kill from anyone will do, and then right there, Django gets stunned. And that's where things start going downhill. So I was hoping Execute would do some damage there, but it does not. And then they go all in on Mando. He dies. He lost his Bounty Hunter's Resolve. Now, Boba's stunned too. Django's still stunned. This whole team is predicated on Django just one-shotting people and them not coming back. And he's just been sidelined this entire match. So he lost his Bounty Hunter's Resolve. I finally get a kill there. There goes Boba. He lost his Bounty Hunter Resolve, but I got it back on Django. This is just so sketchy. Way sketchier than I ever thought it was going to go. Then here comes some more Plague. If Mando or Boba die, it's over. They ain't coming back. Finally got the contract, get some ability blocks out there, get the taunt. Now things are starting to happen. It took all that to get to this. And I'm able, Zombie's not taunting, so I take out Daka. Here I decide Boba's missing a little bit of protection, so I'll stall this out a little bit. There, I got it back. Now I can end it whenever I can, which is right now. So I did end up with 60 banners, but holy cow, I thought I was going to lose. Once they started stunning and killing Django and Boba, man, I thought it was over. I thought I lost the match right there. So we go in, and now he used a Mando lead, which was good enough to outspeed my Imperial troopers just by a couple with his Mando and his Bosk. His Bosk was super fast. I thought he was going to use a Django lead, but he ended up using that on the Dooku team. So I figured I'd take JTR. It's really good for controlling bounty hunters and usually getting max banners. So I haven't done the math yet, just because it is what it is. I didn't even bother. I'm just trying to get as many banners as I can and let the chips fall where they may. Here I decide with T3 to dispel all this. Oh, I thought I did. I tried to get a basic to ability block him, actually. Yeah. Now I'll try to stun. Stuns land. That's good. Go ahead. Get some burning going. I got ability block on Bosk, so I can start working on Boba. Then he stuns. Then I decide with Finn, I'll heal and dispel that stun. So I'll use his middle ability. I was contemplating whether I wanted to take him out, but I'll just go here, get the kill. I still have ability block on Bosk, so I'm feeling pretty good about that. Try to finish off Boba, because we don't need any of that execute. And right when I get close, Grief heals everybody. Here's where I dispel everything with T3. That's right. Get a stun there. Wasn't sure whether I wanted to gamble or not. The gamble paid off. Instead of just killing Boba right away. So we got our first kill on Mando. We got full health, full banners. Feeling pretty good about this so far. No stun. I was kind of hoping for a stun. Just use a basic. Try to put some more ability block. We get it. Let's work on Grief a little bit. He's out. Contemplating whether to use a basic. And right here, stupid Dengar with his stupid bombs. Right at the end. So now I'm like, crap, I'm trying to stall it out. And you can see I'm missing protection from R2 and T3. Cost me 2 banners right at the end. So now all we have left is ships. I still haven't done the math. I don't know what I need on fleet to tie. So I go in there and I figure I'm just going to do my negotiator as usual. He did poorly on fleet. I think he got like a 57 on my malevolence with his negotiator. I'm assuming he used a negotiator. So he said that that was probably going to cost him. So it's all coming down to fleet. I do the math and then I start going in and I'm like, I better do the math. I want to know how many points I need. I don't have it on the screen here. I just use my calculator at my desk at work. And I want to say it was 61 to tie, I think. I can't remember. 153. I guess I could do it right here. 1697. 1697 plus 153 minus 1911. Yeah, 61 to tie. So 61 is a tie. I'd beat him on overall GP if we tie. So hopefully more than that, but I need at least 61. And honestly, going into this, before I did the math on that, I just assumed I was going to need like 66, 67. So I'm glad I took an extra second and went back out and did the math first, just to give me, I want to go in light. I'm getting close on the last undersized fleet too. So this is what I always do against Malevolence. It tends to work out pretty well. I get the Vulture Droid out in the first couple moves. Then I just start working on Sunfac. And I hold Anakin's AoE for a little bit. Let those Vulture Droids get out there, bring in Plo, and boost some TM here. Keep working on Sunfac. Once he goes down, it gets a little bit better. Everyone has their own way of doing these fleet matches, and lots of things work. I don't know what's best. Now here comes this Sith Bomber, which steals a ton of banners. I was like, crap, here we go. I just need these darn banners. Decide to get rid of the Buzz Droids on Bossk. Keep working, stick with the plan. Keep working on Sunfac. Now it's all in on Hyena, but we're still saving our AoE from Anakin. I don't want to burn that yet. I wait till closer to the end. So I put the pointer on Sith Bomber to get rid of his charge, and then focus on Hyena, kind of a 2-for-1 using her reinforcement ability. Keep working on Hyena. Just use a basic, remove turn meter. Do that, we're getting there. I got a debuff, so I use her third ability. Keep working on Hyena. All right, now I want to use Anakin's AoE right here. There we go. And now we do this, and it's over. But I didn't know how many banners. 64. So I ended up somehow pulling it out. 1914 to 1911. Blew my mind. I didn't see this happening. I'm going to be honest. I think I got extraordinarily lucky. I don't. He probably deserved to win. He's better than me, for sure. So I'll show you the defense I set. Down here, I had to change some stuff up. I had to try to get a little tricky. This guy literally has every off-meta counter available, and his defense is, his Bossk is crazy fast. His GMY is fast, so he can use that with Padme. Everything's perfect. His Rey is tons of tenacity, crit avoid arrow. That's going to stop Vader. Just everything is dialed in. His bounty hunters are going to outspeed almost all Imperial troopers. It wouldn't have outsped his, and that was another thing. He had really good Imperial troop, really fast Stark. So I was trying to come up with a defense that didn't allow him to use his Imperial Troopers. That's such an easy win for so many teams. It'll be interesting. I don't know if he was able to use them or not, but he uses his Supreme Leader Kylo a lot to solo Grievous teams, and Newt on a Grievous team times out a lot of solo SLKs I've seen. So I decided to put L3 in there. So if he did do that, if you can kill Newt fast enough, then it's no big deal. So I decided to put L3 in there as a pre-taunt. He'd have to go after L3 first. So maybe he would time out if he tried that. But I also, as you can see, put Darth Revan with my Supreme Leader Kylo in an attempt to hopefully have him not be able to use his Jedi against that, which he ended up having to mirror that, and that got him pretty horrible banners because those mirrors suck. I think he said he got 47 or something like that. So he was able to get better banners. I think he got 60 on my Grievous, but he's used to getting 64 on a Grievous team by soloing it with SLK. So I stole some banners there by putting Darth Revan. And then back here, I put my gas, and that stole some banners too. I think he had to CLS it, he said, but he still got through it in one attempt, and so that worked. And then I put my Darth Revan team, but since I had Darth Revan on my Supreme Leader Kylo team, I just put Palpatine as a lead. And one thing I was trying to do with all of these is, you pretty much, like a lot of these, you want to use CLS against. Was kind, you want to use CLS would be a great counter for gas. CLS would be a pretty good counter for this Sith Empire team. And then up here, I've seen him use CLS against bugs before. So I just try to spread out. And then Mon Mothma is a good team to use CLS against. And if he did that, I put Nest on there to try to put a little hiccup in there. He used CLS on gas, so I'm not sure what he used on everything. And then this Kylo team, so that was the last team I set. I couldn't decide. I was either going to set this Kylo team or Traya, and I ended up keeping Traya just in case, things went sideways and I needed to clear bugs or, something, or the Night Sisters or something. I thought Trey is a bit more versatile on offense, but it is a bit of a, I would have been interesting to see if that would have impacted the match at all. But he was posting 60s and everything on all these last couple teams. He only dropped banners on the Supreme Leader Kylo team and the gas team. Everything else, he was super efficient until he got to ships. And I guess my spy came in and wreaked havoc and killed a couple teams. And honestly, Spy probably saved the day. Not probably, it did. So thank goodness I got lucky. Spy came in and got the job done. But I got super lucky. Very, very good opponent. And it was a pleasure. And I hope I never face him again. So that's it. We are 10-0. 2 more battles this season. I've never gone 12-0. Something always seems to happen. Usually happens earlier in the season. But we'll keep our fingers crossed. Keep plugging away. Regardless of where I rank overall, I don't care about that. But I would love to have one 12-0 season someday before I eventually retire. So anyway, everybody, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. This was one of the most intense matches I've ever had. Especially knowing that I'm going to be dropping banners early and dropping more than I even think I'm going to and all that. And then having to find a way to be efficient on the rest of the teams and getting lucky on fleet. So that's it, everybody. Thanks for watching, and we'll do it again in a couple days.